Hey gang, Jake here. Remember when we used to talk about indie games on this channel? It feels like it's been about half a year, which I personally chalk up to the fact that it's been about half a year. I'm sorry about that, by the way, but talking about cartoons is a lot easier than talking about games, just because instead of sitting down and finding time to play something, I can just binge. However, that definitely doesn't mean I prefer covering games like NASB or Multiverses. It just feels like they're all I've been able to discuss recently. Man, if only there were a fresh new indie game that would come along and revitalize a genre for me, or make me feel the love for discussing them again. Enter No Straight Roads. If you've never heard of this game, I'm glad I introduced you. You play as a rock duo trying to fight off an EDM empire in a city where music is a power source. It's one of those games that just bleeds style, and if you've got 6 hours and a functioning sound system, I highly recommend it. The two protagonists, Mayday and Zook, make up the team of Bunk Bed Junction, and they're a super fun duo. So I'd like to talk about what they could bring to the table in a game like Fraymakers. The first and most important issue is who you actually play as, and, well, it's not a traditional setup. One could compare the two to the Ice Climbers, but it's not entirely accurate because these two aren't distinct units. They're both controlled by the player. In addition, they both take turns performing attacks depending on the situation. Generally speaking, Mayday handles powerful wind-up attacks and Zook performs fast, quick-handed strikes. But they're not a stance character, they're all of it at once. To begin, let's discuss their specials. Mayday handles the up and down while Zook handles the side and neutral. The neutral special is the Trident of Neptune, where Zook summons a long trident and swings it in a wide horizontal arc for great speed and solid damage and range. The side special is Burning Hair Fashion, where Zook speeds up and slams his body forward, covering a lot of ground and knocking down anyone in the way. For the down special, Mayday uses more than one transformer, where she slams her guitar down and sends out a shockwave of spikes from the ground, dealing significant damage. Lastly, the up special is a variation of Missile Launched, where instead of simply firing a missile, Mayday grabs a hold of it and Zook and uses it to fly upwards. Upon using the move, the player can use the special button to let go at any time, and the rocket will continue to fly upwards until it leaves the blast zone or hits an object/opponent. For the smash attacks, the emphasis will be on Mayday's guitar. The side smash will be her standard combo, with attacks leading into one another similar to Link's side smash. The up smash will involve her swinging her guitar upwards over her head, and the down smash will have her swing the guitar around her lower body. For the aerials, both Mayday and Zook will get involved. The Nair will have Zook slam his sticks into Mayday's guitar, creating a powerful shockwave. The Fair will have Zook stab a stick forward, poking opponents away, and the Bear will have Mayday swing her guitar back in a Pyra-styled, slow, powerful swing. The up air will be functionally similar to the Bear, but in a different direction, obviously. The down air will involve Zook's ground pound, with both characters tucking into balls and slamming down as fast as possible. For the tilts, Zook will take the spotlight, with him spinning his sticks and waving them in front of him for his up and side, and him slamming them down on both sides for his down. For the throws, I'm really starting to run out of stuff to use, but I think having Mayday perform them makes more sense since she's more willing to get up close, and referencing the note projectile mechanic in the forward throw makes a lot of sense. For the dash attack, Mayday will run forward and swing the guitar in a large, heavily damaging arc. Lastly, the jab combo will be Zook's drum combo, with it getting as basic or intense as Fray Team is willing. Lastly, for the gameplay mechanics, there's Mayday and Zook's Super. It's a reference to their signature showstopper attack at the end of each stage, with the splash screen of their eyes appearing as they fist bump before Zook smacks his sticks together twice. Each of these send out shockwaves, which, if touched by an opponent, stun them if they're on the ground, or send them into free fall if they're in the air. While Zook's doing this, Mayday mods her guitar to launch a powerful blast of energy forward, functioning like a faster and powered-up version of Sephiroth's side special. For the pair's up taunt, they'll perform their iconic pose with two pinkies lifted, referencing the opening fight of the game. For the side taunt, Mayday will pull out some notes to throw at the opponent, before opting to throw him away and just smack him. Lastly, for the down taunt, both characters will perform their healing actions in-game, with Mayday playing her guitar behind her back, and Zook playing his drums while meditating. For the duo's alts, the obvious pick is representing the boss, but the artist Sir Amity on Twitter already drew these fantastic pieces which showcase some ideas. If you've played the game, you'll recognize these, but I don't want to spoil them for you. Lastly, there's the stage, which might honestly be the most exciting aspect for me. The stage would be the Akasuka Concert Hall. This is the setting of the fight against the mermaid idol Sayu, which is one of the best in the game, and it's also the most easily adapted for a platform fighter. The fight is on a main platform with several vents on the floor. When hazards are on, these vents release waves of music notes upwards to the beat. Now, the thing about these vents in Fraymakers is that while they deal some gnarly damage and knockback, they actually wouldn't cause any stun. This means that smart players could use them situationally to get some ridiculously stylish kills, which is exactly what I want. The stage would also have two variations, one being set during the early phase of the fight with a blue background, and the other being set later on, with the background darkened and fans cheering with glow sticks. Lastly, Sayu herself would occasionally make an appearance to watch, which is more so just because she's great rather than for any mechanical reason. Now, normally we'd stop here, but there's one more thing I want to cover. We don't normally talk at length about music here, but if there was ever a game for it, it'd be this one, because I really want to see the 3 soundtracks Fraymakers is going to feature involve 3 boss fights. First off, the standard OST by Super Soul Brothers, which would feature a rendition of Versus Sayu, Sayu's very own theme. Personally, I love this song, and while I wouldn't be hurt by its default form showing up, I'm also very curious as to what Super Soul Brothers could do with it. As for Family Jewels' soundtrack, I'd pick Versus Yinu, because I feel like some of the licks in the rock variant would sound insane in a metal cover. Lastly, for the Overclock soundtrack, I'd pick Versus 1010, because I think the style of that track would transfer really well to their own. All in all, No Straight Roads is a game that's brimming with love for its source materials, and I'd personally really enjoy seeing it get shown the same love in a game like Fraymakers. That's about all I've got for today. Thank you all for watching. If you've been waiting for Fraymakers content, I'm sorry it took so long, and if you got here after, well, this is the usual on this channel, and I hope you stick around. I can't guarantee we'll keep this momentum up, but with break here soon, I should be able to handle the next video in advance, so I'm not doing the usual scramble in order to get it done. I want to give a massive shout out to Sir Amity on Twitter. His art was super helpful, and his whole Fraymaker series is really damn good, so please go follow him. His Twitter will be in the description. With all that said, I'm gonna head out. Peace.